is on this mission to save the world. Oh, if you watch this film, you must save the world. It's like, yeah, no film's done that.
It'll be the first ever, man.
Can I laugh in your face?
'Cause I know you worked on a couple of the Ringo Lam Van Damme movies.
Yeah, first one was Replicant in Canada. That's where I first met Van Damme, and I got on well with him. Then he took me to Israel and Bulgaria, and that's where I hooked up with the Millennium guys, and they kept bringing me back to
Wow.
work
So it
there.
really kind of started with Ringo Lam, who introduced you to Van Damme, and you guys hit it off, and then
Yeah.
got hooked up with the Millennium guys. I know you worked with Isaac Florentine quite a bit and all these other guys. So before you met Van Damme, were you like a fan of his work and his movies?
Uh, I'd only heard the bad stories about him.
You only heard the bad stories about him? Were like what kind
Ringo,
of stuff,
Ringo,
what kind of
Ringo,
rumors were floating
Ringo.
around back then?
Hey, you got enough money to pay for all this? You know, money, cash, dollars, dinero.
He's one of the worst tempers on set.
Hmm.
Which when you go to his place, he's got his cigar and a glass of wine and everything, and he's a super nice guy. When he's on set, it's totally different.
Really? Is
And
it is he just like super serious, or do you think it has something to do
yes,
with being bipolar or something?
no, just super serious, and again, very little patience and whatever. And I remember we were shooting in this hallway in the Philippines, and suddenly he's kicking buckets and throwing stuff around, and it's all in Chinese, and I only know what all the bad words are. And it's like, damn, I've got to go and talk to him about the next shot. I don't want to, I'm scared.
Yeah. But you guys ended up developing a really close relationship. Like you were his best man at his wedding, weren't you?
Van Damme was the best man at my wedding in
Oh, he's the best man
Bulgaria.
at your wedding.
Yeah, and that was in the middle of a Ringo movie, In Hell with Van Damme.
Okay. Yeah, that's
We had to shut the movie down for the weekend because the whole crew turned up and no one could work.
what do you mean?
Well, they're drinking too much.
That oh, you mean because of your wedding? Like,
Yes.
oh, is
Yeah.
that okay? So it happened during
Yeah.
production of the wedding. That's funny, man. But
Big party. Yeah.
yeah,
But it was back then. Everyone at New Image is just like a huge family
okay.
where they ran it. Whatever equipment we have, you use everything, and the producers are 100% behind everything, and they want to buy new equipment, and it's different to how it operates now. Now Bulgaria works as a studio, even though it's a Millennium production. You still have to rent stuff and whatever.
Do you still
So
work
it's
with those
different.
guys at Millennium then or not?
No, not for a long time, because the producer I used to work for, Danny Lerner, he passed away a few years ago from cancer.
Oh, that sucks. Oh,
And then they, before they had to deal with Blockbuster, and they were doing like 10 films a year.
wow.
And now, when Blockbuster disappeared, they did a deal with Lionsgate, and only for theatrical. So it was all big budget stuff. And it's like, sorry, you
Oh,
got
so
big
there's just
budget too.
less work in general with Millennium because of that.
No, they'll get a big director from America. He gets his buddy DP in, and
Oh, okay. So they're just those big directors just using their guys.
yeah, it depends who you know.
Yeah, with many things. So let's talk about that one Van Damme film. I think you shot it that has never come out yet, Eagle Path.
I I was operating it. Doug Milsom was a DP on it. Um, I directed some parts of it. I did some second unit on it because him and Doug had a bit of a falling out on it.
Oh, really?
They did a reshoot, or they shot extra stuff in Bulgaria to add more war stuff to it. In the beginning, it wasn't such a bad film, but the end just went sort of totally off the rails, and it's like, JC, what are you doing? Just lob that out and you have a film. But he wanted to save the world with it and whatever, and I saw him a few weeks ago, and he still says it's going to be released. Now he's shot some more stuff with it with his daughter, who's
Wow.
grown up a lot since then. Don't know.
Do you honestly think it'll ever be released? Because they started shooting it in 2008. It's been 15 years.
Don't know. Is it worth the wait? Well,
I mean, it'll be quite interesting. It'll almost be like a time capsule of sorts, because we're going to see him like in 2008, like he would have still been in his 40s. Now he's in his 60s. So it's crazy watching a new Van Damme movie where he's like in his 40s, at least for a good portion of it, you know? That's pretty wild.
yeah, he's like a taxi driver who has these flashbacks and he wants to save this hooker and ends up losing his mind type of thing.
Yeah.
It's a totally different Van Damme movie, but he does a good performance. There was no problem before, but apart from the ending, which was completely irrelevant to the story. And if you just dropped that out, could have been done.
Did you tell him that?
Everyone told him that.
Everyone, so you gave him your honest feedback. He just didn't really care, I guess, for what people said about that.
No, he was on this mission to save the world. Oh, if you watch this film, you must save the world. It's like, yeah, no film's done that.
It'll be the first ever, man.
Can I laugh in your face?
Yeah, good luck achieving that one.
Yeah,
And,
I'm still hoping to see that someday. I talked to his son Chris, interviewed him, I believe last year, and we talked
He's
about
in
that
it.
film.
He's in it and quite young at that point.
Yeah, we talked about it, and he seemed pretty optimistic it was going to come out, but of course, it's still not out. So, be very interesting.
But should be done in this year sometime, I think. And
Really, we've been waiting, man. We've been waiting a long time.
Sorry, guys.
And now you're saying they shot more stuff, because I know they shot stuff in like 2008. They shot stuff in 2012, that Bulgaria stuff. I read that he was inspired by the raid and kind of wanted to get some more cool action stuff. And now you're saying he shot recently more stuff with his daughter. So it's very interesting where this thing, what it could end up being at the end of the day.
Yeah, and how long it will be.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll end up 4 hours, who knows? Parts one to 3, mini series.
Yeah, make it a mini series. Why not at this point,